They look at your bank statement because they want to see what you're doing with your money. They look at it. So every deduction you take out of that, they're gonna see it. They're gonna see it. Okay, he's making 500. Good grief. He's spending 400. Yeah, okay, why? Now you making 5. You ain't spending $10. They look like, okay, that money's going over to the next month. So that's why they ask for 3 months. Because they see that $400 or $480 over there, and they see that $500 again. They see you spend $15. They see that 400 something again. They go, okay, we fine, because you're not spending every dime you get. And when you're not spending every dime you get, you are a good risk. That's what they want to know. What kind of risk are you? What chance am I taking on you? Okay. I love your school, but I need something else, because this is your first time.
And this is so powerful.
I want to make my risk marginal.
Yeah, this is it is so powerful, because one of the things our society has failed us on, they're failing our children on, is financial literacy. We are such a financially illiterate country, and we don't teach checkbooks and interest rates and all that in school. And so you get into investing, and we're not taught these things. We're not taught that you have a credit card and they give you're 18 years old and you have a $1,000 limit, right? Oh my God, I got $1,000. And you go out and spend $1,000 and now you're at 100%. No, if you have a $1,000 limit, you should only spend $400. You should only be at a 40% ratio. See, we're never taught these things, because the Experians and the Trend Unions and the Equifax, they all make money, and all the credit card companies by us being in debt.
And excuse me, just a pick. Do you know that all 3 credit companies do not work together? Yeah. Did you all know that? Yeah. I don't think they like one another. No. You can get one thing removed, because I also do credit repair. You can get one thing removed off of credit, and you would think it would be satisfactory to the other 2. We don't care about that. This is what we want. For us to take this off, this is what we want. Then the 3rd one makes you get something different. So they don't work together. And do you know that when you get something, buy something, that they're not required to report to all 3? They only report when you don't pay, but you can call them and say, hey, look, why are you not reporting to TransUnion? If you ask them, 99%, 98%, they'll go ahead and start reporting it. But usually they don't have to report. So you wonder why you don't have credit, and you've been paying this car note and this credit card bill, because they are not actually required to report if they don't want to. But they will report you miss a payment.
They report that. That's right.
30 days. It's right on there.
So when you talk about being an investor, and Fred just addressed it and Sid also, so you're talking about your profile. So one of the things that Fred has been showing me recently, and I experienced last year, we were working on a deal, and we were trying to put it together, and we're going to hard money lenders, and I was working with an investor who had plenty of cash, but did his taxes in a way where he did not show his income.
Oh, yeah.
And we couldn't get the deal through. And we couldn't figure it out. We couldn't figure out what was going on, and we called this particular hard money lender up, and we went to their office and met with them. And said, "What is wrong?" And they're like, "Taxes didn't show he's making enough." It's like, oh, okay, well, that was a problem. And this individual was actually in a position to go back and redo their taxes, which is normally not able to do that, but amended their taxes so they could get that deal done.
Let me pick back off, because this one hurts me. Okay, everybody in here who do taxes, okay, here it is right here. Uncle Sam is not going to let you make $1 and claim 10 cents. Ain't going to happen. He's not going to let you make $1 and claim 90, because you only made 10 cents. So let's do this over. You made $1, but you claim 90 cents. So when you go buy this car or this house, and I get it, and I'm looking at this like, you said, no, I made $1. I'm like, no.
You taxes.
You made 10 cents. You wrote, I ain't write off 90. Somebody did. You wrote off 90. So whoever doing your taxes, make sure, if you want to buy something, a house, a car, or whatever, in the next 2 years, do your taxes right. You have to bite the bullet.
Oh, yes. Let's talk about that, because they don't talk about this either. Okay, if you plan to buy a house personally for you to live in, or you plan on buying a car, or another big expense in the next, or big lines of credit. okay?
It costs more than $10.
That's right. That costs more than $10. You have to have a completely different looking tax return.
Correct.
Okay.
That goes into your profile.
Right. Right now, if I personally wanted, the way I have my assets protected, right now, I show very little income. Okay.
So you have to go to specialty lenders.
Right, I have to go to specialty lenders, but see, I don't need to buy a house right now because I own several, and I love my little primary residence. It's more than enough for me and my husband. I don't need a car right now.
Right.
You know, but if next year, the next 2 years, I wanted to sell our home and think about buying another home, either my husband better stay employed and have a W-2, you know, to be able to offset that income, or I better start changing my taxes to itemize less, okay, so that there's more income coming in, so that I have 2 years of history to be able to buy that house. Because when you buy residential, they look at you. I'm in multi-unit and commercial. When I buy commercial properties, they look at me a little. What they're really looking at is the asset, the income of the asset. That's what's more important. So right now, I love the fact that I can itemize to the hill. It's awesome. You know, I flatlined. I owed $1,967 last year. It's amazing.
And just one more thing.
So-
This
It's
stuff.
huge. Yeah.
You W-2 employees who doing your own business. Okay, you W-2, you make 90, you go on that business side, and you write off 80, you ain't made but 10.
That's what I just said. That's right.
Okay,
So you're not showing
you
income on
W-2 employees,
$10,000.
because people tell you W-2, this is what you make, you can't change. It's wrong, because if you got a business and you go to write it all that stuff off, all we do is subtract that loss from what you made.
Right.
That's how we have to do it.
So talking about.
But Fred and Lacey, they don't tell you this.
Yes.
And they don't tell you this to prepare you to go buy that house for a couple of years until you go to put it under contract with Cheryl, who's the realtor, and she goes to get you the investor agent gets you pre-qualified. You're pre-qualified because that's not worth the paper it's written on, but according to your credit score, you're pre-qualified for an $800,000 house. You go spend all this time, and she drives you around and spend days and days and days and showing you all these houses. She thinks she's going to get a 6% commission because that's what the realtor lives off of. You submit your loan application, you submit your tax returns, you go into underwriting. Now 60, 90 days has gone by, and guess what? Bam, you're shut down.
That wouldn't happen because I would have you talk to a lender first.
Right.
But does
If
that
anybody has
not,
an idea, it ain't gonna happen here.
but Cheryl, does that not happen?
A lot
Yes.
of people do that.
Yes,
It's
Fred,
a shame.
doesn't that
I got
happen?
one right now.
Yes.
I got
Yes.
a bus driver. I told him. Photography. I said, do you actually?
Wait, he photographs buses?
No, he's a bus driver.
Oh, okay.
But he got a photography business just to get more money. I'm like, do you actually do these? What? I got a ratified contract. You didn't underwrite. You approved, subject to, hey, what's this laws he took? What laws? I told you to amend your taxes. Well, I was gonna do it. I mean, you talking about somebody hot, his mother, see what they did, they brought me a copy. Right, because I told him he had to change it. See, they brought me a copy and they were supposed to go down and file it. See, he didn't file it. So now when the underwriter get it, they say, we've been trying to find his, just so you know, residential, when you give me your taxes, they do a 4506 right in there now. It's not done like it used to be done. It was done after, it's done right now. When you fill out that application with me, you sign that 4506.
And-
It states they do not have to come back and ask me for nothing. They automatically look at it.
Yeah,
If they
let's-
look at it, they
let's-
tell me something wrong.
Let's stop there for one
Okay.
second. IRS form 4506. Okay, that is an IRS form that underwriters and lenders use to confirm and verify your tax return.
What they looking at.
Exactly what they're looking at is what you filed,
Yep.
that it is accurate. So they don't have to come back to you a month later and say, you know, give me this, give me that. That is the form. So that's what, when you hear IRS form 4506, or
T.
T, or you're working with the lender and they say to you, I need a 4506 T signed, and you're like, you know, what's that? It's verifying your tax return.
But again, it's relationships.
Hold on, we had
Because if she's my
two
agent-
questions back here. Steve, just one second.
I do my own taxes, but now I've got another person starting to do it. But explain to me what you just said about this. I got $90,000 in my W-2. I claim 80,000. How did I do that if I had a second business? Because you gotta go deeper into the discussion. Did you just go off of Schedule C? Did you go off of Schedule E?
Schedule C shows what you wrote
Okay.
on. And
Yeah,
when you put
I got it. And so the individual is trying to skirt it. I mean, I'm not doing that, but I'm saying he's trying to skirt it by saying, I earn I earn $90,000, and I had a business on the side, ABC Book Company, whatever you want to call
Yeah.
it, and I had a business loss
Yep,
of $80,000.
there you go.
So you
But I
don't have
gotta
to
show
pay taxes.
income on that business first, before I
Right.
can have that loss,
Right.
correct?
So he doesn't have to pay the taxes,
I understand.
but his tax return only shows he made $10,000 for the whole entire year. And you can't buy a house for $10,000.
No, I understand what you're saying, okay.
Yeah.
I just want to understand that, because for other people,
It's
it's
a tax issue,
complicated to
you
do it.
consult your CPA or person that does your
Exactly.
It would have been better for him to have his business on the side,
Yeah.
make $90,000, pay taxes on the $90,000, so that in the year that he's buying his house, there isn't no losses,
And keep it as a hobby.
and keep it as a hobby.
There we go.
Exactly.
So just to bring up, and we're talking about this, I'm gonna jump to something different, but it's right down this alley. So when you're an investor and you're selling your home and you're doing a FSBO and you don't wanna use an agent, when you're presented with a buyer, you're going to need to know that. You're going to need to make sure that that person is pre-qualified by a good mortgage lender.
That's
Because
me.
you
That's me.
need to make sure that, because now, we just had this happen with one of our investors. Working with the person, they didn't wanna go with an agent, they went with a FSBO, they got a person, sign a contract, we were waiting for closing,
You can go to lendingtree.com. Seriously.
Got there, boom, person has a tax issue, person has not only a tax issue, but ended up having a DTI issue, and now we're scrambling to try to find them someone.
All right, DTI, another
That's
term you
the
just heard is
debt-to-income
debt
ratio.
to income ratio.
On the back.
So this is where I go back when I say profile. Person had a good credit score. Yeah, the person had a good credit score, had a good job, had assets, but what they were doing was they basically, every dollar that came in, they were spending it on a truck or a car or new something this and new something that. And so they didn't have the debt to income ratio that would qualify them for the FHA loan that they wanted to get.
Questions?
My question is directed towards Doug. My question is for when you're pre-qualifying for a loan, what is the minimum requirements in order to qualify for, like, you mentioned like 550 credit score,
5.8.
or 580.
Minimum requirements for what type of a loan?
Right.
I mean,
And
because
on
it,
the occupant loan?
FHA,
FHA, is it an investor loan or a primary residence owner occupant loan?
primary residence.
Primary residence owner occupant loan, do you see how all this can
Yeah.
be very different?
What-
What is the minimum for conventional FHA, VA, FHA?
Okay, so let me just clarify something. FHA don't do investment loans.
Okay.
No such thing.
Primary residence?
Primary, you gotta live in that property.
Oh, VA. No VA
Well,
as well.
there's the FHA 203K program, but that's a different program. There's the FHA 203K program.
For how long do you have to live in it?
FHA?
3 years? Is it 3?
No.
They can check up on you for 12 months.
No, I mean,
They'll wait.
we'll put it this way. You didn't hear this from me?
They'll wait.
Pardon?
You didn't hear this from me? Disclaimer? Oh, okay. So I can't say
You
it.
better get somebody else to say it for you.
Here, you wanna whisper it in my ear? I'll say it. FHA says there's no certain rule how long you have to stay in that house.
That's what I,
You just have to say when you're signing the documents that you're gonna be your primary residence at closing, right?
Yes,
Yes,
Right.
correct.
you have to check that that's your primary residence.
I mean, that has to be your intent, but things happen after you
You
can
can
close
divorce
and
the next
right,
day.
you
I don't know
can get
anything
a
about
divorce, you can close after.
And as far as VA, I can do 580, VA.
Right. I mean, it's
Conventional,
it's
conventional, you need 620. Conventional is still score driven. What I mean by score driven, you gotta have a certain score to do, conventional. To get into their products, their different things, you gotta have, they want you to have a certain score. But FHA and VA don't require you to have a certain score. They want you to have a 580. Now, I'm doing a refi now, FHA, getting them away from Eastern, anybody heard of Eastern, Savings?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they close.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm sorry. Eastern Savings. I'm getting him away from them. His score is 560.
So, again, it depends. So everybody's situation is different, so.
How often can you get an FHA loan? You know, let's say you own a house, you live in it for 3 or 4 years, you sell it off,
Oh,
then you want to go buy another house. How long do you have to wait before you can get another FHA loan?
I can buy an FHA home today and sell it tomorrow. And get another one, but you have to make it make sense. Okay, I bought it in DC. No, I bought it in Montgomery County. I just been switched jobs to DC. So I wanna move to DC. So I wanna sell this home.
But you can rent it also, can't you?
If the distance is far enough, and then I gotta really write that story of why. You know what I mean? Y'all, I gotta prove that you got this job in DC. I gotta
50
prove that
miles,
this
right?
house is in DC.
It's gotta be 50 miles.
I gotta prove all this now.
It has to be documented.
Yeah, I gotta physically prove it. If we can't prove it, then we gotta do something else.
All right, let's take 2 more questions and then we'll start to close down. Has this been informative? Yeah. I mean, I know it's not a big sexy speaker up here and all that, but guys, this is like
Sid is sexy, I don't know.
like a guru, a national speaker. What? Oh, stop it! Maybe I lose my train of thought. What I was trying to say is, we do these panels, we do these types of discussions because this is what's going on today. You know, these are the guys that are literally have left their 5 o'clock, whatever it is that they were doing in real estate to come here to help you. And it's really important, you know, to know what is going on. These are local people that can help take your business to the next level, that are here to help you. That's why they align themselves with us and we align ourselves with them. They're real people that want to help make a difference in your life. Every single one of them, and I know that to be true because they left their families, children, whatever, football games, boxing matches, grandchildren, whatever it is, to come here and be with you guys. So would you guys mind giving them really just a huge really, really appreciate it. All right, so 2 questions.
Well, yes, the question is about wholesaling. Well, I think, Tammy, you said something about that might not be the best way for people to start. I mean, have y'all heard that same thing as well?
I agree with Tammy saying with the caveat. If you don't have the money, well, the gurus teach wholesaling as a way to get in. But the other side of that is to wholesale, you have to network. If you don't have a buyer's list, you don't have people that you can sell that contract to, you're basically running around getting properties on the contract, but then not able to move the contract. So you have to be able to move the contract. So as important as knowing what neighborhood you're going to be in, as important as analyzing the deal is, you've got to be able to move the contract. Or again, it just becomes a hobby for you. You take on the hobby of looking at properties, analyzing them, and getting them on the contract, but not making any money from it because you can't move your contract. So if you are going to do the groundwork of networking, if you're going to do the groundwork of going to places where you can find investors to purchase your deals, you're going to be okay. But as Tammy said, that's easier said than done.
Right. Now, if you want my own honest opinion of all my years of experience, regardless of what anybody says in this room, for me, It was easier to go find a deal somewhere where the numbers worked really well, that was inexpensive for me to get into, that I could either flip or turn into a rental, preferably flip because I wanted to make cash. I then go network at all the different meetings and events that I can and find somebody who does have capital that would be willing to do a joint venture with me to rehab the property so I could learn about rehabbing, so then I flip the property, now I have cash. You've just learned more in that than what you could in wholesaling. That is my own personal preference and my own personal experience. I've seen too many people get really frustrated and say this real estate does not work because they were led down the wholesaling path.
Right. So now I 100% agree with Tammy, because partnering with someone who has experience and you doing the legwork and doing the hard things and finding and bringing them deals and partnering is a better option than wholesaling, because again, if you're coming to the table and saying I don't have much money, I don't have much this, but those things can be supplemented if you are able to go out and look for partners.
Right, like here's an example. I've got a 23 unit that I'm looking at, and I'm getting ready to close on some much bigger properties, and I've just decided I don't want this property, but I've got 8 months wrapped up into it. I'm getting it for nothing, and so and it's all cash, and the seller's going to hold back paper. I'm going to do all the analyzation on it, and then I'm going to turn around and literally I'm going to wholesale that deal. I'm not just going to give that deal away or stop working on it because I've got so much wrapped into it. I've got a 9-month relationship with this family, and they're going to hold the paper. But I will now disclose to them that I'm going to do all the work and I'll stay involved, but I am going to turn this over to someone. So you very well may be hearing me talk about in the next 4 to 6 weeks a 23 unit that I'm putting out there. That's the perfect time to do a wholesale, when you have the deal and you say, what is, every deal's got an exit, right? Every deal has some sort of an exit on it. So you just have to say to yourself as the investor, what's the opportunity in this deal and in this deal? Maybe this one's a short sale. Maybe this one's a wholesale. Maybe this one is an assignment. Maybe this one is a rehab. Maybe this one is a flip. Find out what that exit strategy is. Too many people go in and do wholesaling, and all they look for is the wholesale deal.
Right.
And they miss all these other opportunities along the way.
So,
Right?
no, that's 100% right. That's
Yeah, and I've partnered with people, so if you guys find a deal and you're looking for an experienced partner, I've partnered with people as long as it makes sense. It's a win-win for everybody.
right. But that's one of those situations where you've got to be willing to put work in and also give up some of the profit, because you're going to share that profit with an experienced real estate investor. And that's something that a lot of people miss. Again, going back to the
Can't put a price tag on
read
that
or
education.
what, you learn when you partner with experienced investors. And I put a big caveat here. So anyone that's in this room that's a contractor, you are an immediate partner for someone trying to do a deal, because you can bring experience of knowing what you do and being able to look at, analyze, and evaluate the property, give them the good pricing on what the rehab is going to cost. So that's a natural partner. And people don't even look at partnering with contractors. They don't even think about the contractor as an investment partner.
Yeah, sweat equity.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm a home builder and I'm a contractor, so there's your partner right here.
There you go.
You need to partner with a lender.
Oh, that's right. So getting back to that part. So Fred and I are actually working on a program. As he said, he does credit repair, and Vicky also does credit repair. And so we'll see Vicky. You don't know Vicky. So if you need some credit issues worked out, but here's the other side to making money. You have people out there who want to buy homes or in apartments and things like that, and you're an investor. And you meet those people and they want to buy a home from you, but they're not qualified yet. Get those people pre-qualified to buy your properties. So here you're creating your own buyer's list.
Bring them to me.
Right, so work with people like Fred. Yes, that's why I was getting to that part. Work with people like Fred to get people who were not previously available. So this is virgin territory. No one's talking to them because they're not qualified. Work with Fred, work with your mortgage lender, get that person pre-qualified, get them in a credit repair program, and now guess what? That person's attached to you.
All right, can I interrupt you? Fred, slowly and twice. Name, don't forget the third.
Okay. Fred,
Email and phone number.
Fred, Dale, Wagner, third.
know we gotta look at that name.
I got a lot of beacons for that.
Fred,
Dale Wagner the third, phone number 240-705-6771.
one more time.
240-705-6771. Email, Fred Wagner. Wagner is WAGONER. The number 3 at AOL.com. Yes, I still got AOL, I'm sorry.
So Fred Wagner, WAGONER, the number 3 at AOL.com. Everybody got his number and his email.
I do not screen calls, I answer all of. One, I can't hardly see, so I just pick up the phone. 2, still got a flip phone, so I'm answering all calls.
Lacey, do you mind sharing your info?
I do mind, but I'm gonna do it. And when I
You want to get out the second cell phone?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, I love giving out my information. That's not why I mind, because I want people to bring me deals. And I keep my mind on that. So I want you to bring me deals. Yes, I mind. Please give me deals.
Yes, you mind.
Yes,
Okay.
I mind.
Yes.
Please send them to me. So my name is Lacey McCollum, and I'll spell both of those names. That's Lacy. McCollum is McCollum. And my email address is lacymcrealty@gmail.com. So LACYMCREALTY. lacymcrealty@gmail.com. And the reason I chose McRealty, my name is McCollum, is a play on a Mac and the realty, but also like McDonald's, because there are lots of McDonald's around everywhere. I can be everywhere. I have people who are everywhere.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Anytime you're looking for a deal, I'm talking about whether you're talking about DC, Baltimore, any place in Maryland, New Jersey, North Carolina, I know somebody or I'll get to know somebody, so we'll help you put a deal together.
I have a question.
Mhm.
I have somebody in this room
Yeah.
that has a really good deal
Okay,
that also wants to get this deal structured
all right.
and would like some assistance with it. And I also know how busy I am. Could I ask for your support in helping me to help this person?
Yes.
Okay.
So phone number 301-257-8992. If you call me right now, my voicemail is full. I've been working on a deal right now, and a lot of my calls have been going to voicemail is full, but it will be cleared out tonight.
Say your number again, please.
301-257-8992. 301-257-8992. And I have marketing materials I'll give to you, give you the information. Definitely see me, I have materials to give out.
And guys, I want to share with you the power of being able to get the individual's phone numbers and contact information. You know, to be like you would want to be respected. Be respectful of their time. If you have a really good situation or a good deal, you know, call and share that with them. Don't call and just BS. You know what I mean? Don't just, I mean, be respectful of their time and don't plug your umbilical cord into them and just, you know, just suck everything from them. It's all about reciprocity. You know, you've got to bring something to the table. You got to give. You've got to be able to give back. And the more that you're able to do that and make a difference in their life, the more they're going to open up and be willing to give back to you. Okay, it's very, very, very powerful. Sid.
My name is Sid, S-I-D. Last name is Hameed, H-A-M-E-E-D. The email address is sidhameed at Brickfront Properties, B-R-I-C-K, front, F-R-O-N-T, properties.com. So I own two companies, brickfrontproperties.com and then Next Stage First Realty.com. So then we also have about 150 videos on YouTube. You guys can watch some of those videos as well. And you can just Google my name. I got plenty of stuff on there.
You want to give out the office number to Next Stage in case they...
Yeah, the office number is 240-764-5347.
Can you spell your last name one more time, please?
H-A-M-E-E-D.
Okay.
And right now I'm looking for land, if you guys have any land deals.
What area are you looking for land in?
Yeah.
Any
In the
specific area?
B, like a B+ area, Arlington, Falls Church, Fairfax, Bowie, Crofton,
To build what?
single-family homes.
How many,
DC?
Yeah, DC, yeah, the right zoning.
what's the
Will
lowest
you go
amount
as far
of
as
houses
Richmond?
to rebuild?
Get specific, one lot, half acre, acre, exactly, what is your criteria?
3 acres, 5 acres, 7 acres. If there's a public water and public sewer already, and the perk study's been done, so any of that stuff, I'm looking for that.
Well, I want to extend the meeting for just a minute if you don't mind. You mean you're building homes? I thought no one was building homes. I thought there weren't any sales happening. I mean, I